Shalom,
Shalom,
family,
family.
and welcome back. So, today we're going to be continuing with part two of the coming of Christ in the clouds because we want to make sure that you truly understand what it means.
And family, if you haven't watched part one, please go back and check out part one.
Absolutely. If you don't understand that Christ is here, hopefully this video,
We'll make it crystal clear.
and you have to understand because there's a war that's taking place right now, family.
Yes.
And the thing is, we want to make sure that we are operating the way that the Father wants us to operate.
Right, within the will of the Father.
In love.
Yes.
So, family, without further ado, we're going to go ahead.
And get started.
Shalom, family.
Shalom.
Shalom, family. And welcome back. This is Brother Maurice.
And this is Blessed by Yah.
And we are coming with part two of understanding the coming of Christ in the clouds. This is a very important lesson because people need to understand that Christ is here.
Yes.
And there are a lot of things that are taking place. And until you understand what is really going on, you can't see the war that's happening. Because there is a war, family, that is taking place during this time. And it's a fight for our spirits. And once you understand that Christ is here and you can see what he's doing, then you can begin to understand. If you haven't watched part one, please
go back
and watch
part
it.
One.
And when you finish watching this video, it's not going to be a doubt with all the scriptures that we're going to provide to you that Christ is here and why he is here during this time. So, family,
with that said,
let's
get started.
Begin. We'll be coming from the Book of True Life, Volume 3, verse or teaching 75. It says, in God's design, there can be no variation whatsoever because knowing the future, he cannot make a mistake. I have planned everything from the beginning with the utmost justice and perfection. Understand what I'm telling you so that you too may be sure in your works, just as I have taught you. I'm speaking to you from the radiant cloud of light that my disciples of the second age beheld in Bethany, and that he sees, and the seers have now beheld. Truly I tell you, even those who saw me depart in the clouds did not understand the meaning of that manifestation, nor did those who saw me descend in the spirit at this time understand the meaning of that cloud until my word came to explain everything to you. And my spiritual messengers made it clear to you with their expansive and transparent teachings. It says, and my spiritual messengers. There's an alliance of heaven, and the alliance of heaven is active during this time. And the alliance of heaven consists of the angels of the first station, of the fourth station. Let me repeat that again. The alliance of heaven consists of the angels of the fourth station that's mentioned in the Book of Remembrance, and of the Erkadeshi, and all those who use their free agency to help spread this word. It says, my spiritual messengers made it clear to you with their expansive and transparent teachings. Likewise, the disciples of the second age, in the moments of contemplating their master's ascension, without understanding it, experience the presence of a spiritual being who explained to them that this Yeshua, or Jesus, whom they had seen ascend in the clouds, the world would see descend in the same way. Did you hear this? When the disciples saw Christ ascend in the clouds, we're actually seeing the same thing happen. So, for the longest, people believed that they saw a physical body rise up and go into the clouds. Just like today, people think they're going to see a physical body come down from the clouds. And they don't understand it's spiritual. It's a spiritual thing that is taking place. The world would see descend in the same way. That is, in the spirit, in a new age. This manifestation is the fulfillment of that promise. If any of my children finds the form in which I have come to pour, it is because they have not known how to rise spiritually in order to contemplate the radiant light with which my spirit illuminates the new era. Let's pause for a second. We have been so materialized that we believe we must see something. But the thing is, true faith is actually believing without seeing. Can you, family, believe without seeing, or must you see it happen? We don't want to be the same way we were back during the time that Christ in the physical walked the earth. Verse 57. Also, in the second age, many men who dreamed of the coming of the promised Messiah were disappointed when they beheld the humility of Christ. Let me pause here for a second. They were disappointed when they beheld a humble man because they thought they were going to have this stern, forceful, strong individual. But that's not what they saw. And here, in the future time, the people are believing the same thing. And how can you tell? You can tell by all the images that people are drawing. And didn't it say that we weren't supposed to make any images of anything that was in the heavens? But they're making images of what they believe to be Christ, even though they never even seen him. So now you have this man with this thick, white, bushy, or afro, looking like a bodybuilder. This is what we see now. This is what we see. And because this is what many people are waiting to see, it's hard for them to believe what's actually taking place during this time. So it says that they were disappointed when they believed the humility of Christ. Let me read that again. It says, also in the second age, many men who dreamed of the coming of the promised Messiah were disappointed when they beheld the humility of Christ. And for this reason, they denied me. They denied him. They could not discover through the outward poverty of Yeshua, the presence of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of light and truth.
Let's look at the Book of True Life, Volume 3, Teaching 59, and we're going to start at verse 36. And it says, "The path I laid for you in the second age was to transform into brothers those who lived as enemies, and to spiritually elevate those who already knew how to live as brothers. Today, since you no longer look upon me with physical eyes, I want you to contemplate me with the eyes of faith. But among you, there are many who only believe in what their hands touch and doubt everything beyond sight and understanding. They are the ones who say to me, 'Father, why don't you perform miracles as in the times past, so that we may believe in you?' Truly I tell you, that time has passed. And if you say you believe in me and know me, why do you want miracles?
Mm.
Believe by faith, because we walk by faith, not by sight." And he says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things what?
Not seen.
Not seen. Volume 10, Teaching 283, starting at verse 18. And it says, "Yes, people, your faith tells you that it is I who speak to you, although you know that I have not come to materialize, because I told you that I would come in the cloud, and so I have fulfilled it. If I have used human understanding to speak to you, it is because if I had spoken to you from spirit to spirit, you would not have listened to me,
Mm.
much less understood me. But this form of communication has been brief and is now coming to an end, because I only need some of you to listen to me, so that you would know how I want to communicate, how I want you to communicate with me in the future, and so that you could announce it to humanity. I want to make you one family. For this it is essential that you all have one worship and practice the same law."
So let's go back and let's look at number 20 again, because I want you to understand what's actually being said here. It says, but this form of communication is what he's talking about that's taking place right now. Me reading the words to you, or you actually reading the words in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually we will all have spirit to spirit communication. Right now, with me reading these words to you and you being able to read the books, this is going to eventually, family, go away. Let me read what it says. It says, but this form of communication has been brief and is now coming to an end, because I only needed some of you to listen to me. So there's only a few people now that are actually believing these words and communicating these words to people within the world.
Mm-hmm.
And why is he doing it? It says so that you would know how I want you to communicate with me in the future. And the way he wants us to communicate with the Father in the future is from spirit to spirit. All right, family, I hope that you are able to see this. Still in the book of True Life, Volume 5, teaching number 122, verse 52 says, not once, but several times and in various ways, I announced and promised my second coming to my disciples. I prophesied to them the signs that would announce my arrival. What were those signs, family? It says signs in nature, events among humanity, wars, world wars, sin at its peak, so that the world would not be confused by expecting me again as a man. I made it known to them that Christ would come on the cloud, that is, in spirit. That promise has been fulfilled. Here is the Master in spirit, speaking to the world. Here is the possessor of peace and the kingdom of light, who comes to form an immensely large ark where men may take refuge and be saved. As in the first times when Noah made the ark to rescue the human race. Because of your progress and perseverance in my doctrine, this says, because of your progress and perseverance in my doctrine. Your progress of what? Learning to love all people. Because the doctrine, family, is a doctrine of love. And if you're able to love people, good things are going to come. Why? It says, I will show you with all simplicity the content of many mysteries. The book of life, sealed with 7 seals, is a mystery to you. For the 6th seal is the one that has been broken, and its contents illuminate your time. Its contents illuminate your time. Did you hear this, family? Because right now, family, we are leaving one age and going into another age. There is a time shift that is taking place. All has been a mystery to you, and I do not want it to remain so. I have already told you that the 7 seals are the 7 divine revelations that I have given to mankind, of which you are receiving the 6th, and the 7th is still to come.
Book of True Life, Volume 5, Teaching 142. We're going to read verse 40. And it says, I have come in spirit among you, but not all have believed me, nor have all felt me. Many have denied me, and others will deny me. If before those who deny me, I were to manifest myself in 1,000 different ways, in none would they recognize me, because the way in which they have conceived me has confused them.
Still, Book of True Life, Volume 5, Teaching 142, verse 50. Yeshua said to his disciples, I will be away from you for only a little while. I will come again. Then it was revealed to them that their master would come on a cloud, surrounded by angels, and sending down rays of light toward earth. And we understand those angels are the angels of the 4th station who is surrounding them. Now, what does it say in verse number 51? It says, Here I am upon the cloud, surrounded by angels who are the spiritual beings who have come to manifest among you as messengers of my divinity and as your wise counselors. What's the rays of light? It says the rays of light are my word that speak to you of new revelations, overflowing with wisdom in all understanding. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed, for they are the ones who feel my presence. Verse 53. Be vigilant, for this is the time, listen to this, family, for this is the time when temptation relentlessly strives to overcome you. Let's
Mm.
pause for a second.
Yes.
Look at everything
Thing
that's
that's
going
going
on.
on. Yes.
Everything is designed to make you try to
Mm-hmm.
pick a side
Mm-hmm.
in all of this wickedness that is going on. And family, I can tell you right now, there is no good side. Both sides are not good. It says temptation relentlessly strives to overcome you. It senses, listen what's going on, because Satan knows his time is ending.
Mm-hmm.
It says it senses the approaching moment when it will be bound. Satan knows he's going to be bound pretty soon. And so now he's pulling out all the stops and he's doing everything. He must have you in anger, family. He must have you in hate. He must have you at odds with your neighbor. It's a war, family. It's a war. And you have to be able to see this. Listen to this. Well, let me read the other sentence. And then when I read this next sentence, it's something else. Because I'm always telling Blessed by Yah that all this deception is stacked on top of deception. It's stacked on top of stacked, and it's just all stacked up. And you think you might have already broke through one, and there's another round of deception. It
It's
says
layers.
layers,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. It senses the approaching moment when it will be bound. It has 1,000 stratagems. That means it has 1,000 plans, or it has 1,000 schemes.
Schemes.
And what are
Mm-hmm.
these to do? To draw you away from
Mm-hmm.
me. But you, family, must pray and be vigilant.
You must do what?
You must pray, family, and be
Mm-hmm.
vigilant, so that the way to evade every snare,
Snare.
the way to avoid every trap may be revealed to you. I have taught you to know the true taste of the divine fruit. That is the essence
Essence.
of my word.
Mm-hmm.
That fruit, understanding the true fruit, because people don't understand. They 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 just don't they don't believe the fruit. I have taught you the path of
A
virtue
virtue.
and the fulfillment of your spiritual and human duties. That is the way. How could you possibly be confused?
Mm.
We see all these things going in all these different religious organizations, and the things that we see going on in these religious organizations are straight wicked. But people believe, no, the Father really put them there. He just told you, no, I didn't. He said he showed us the path of virtue.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked, how can you possibly be confused? I told you about the fruits of the Spirit.
Mm-hmm. His very essence being love.
And you don't believe it.
The Book of True Life, Volume 1, Teaching 12, and we're going to read verse 14. It says, in order for my presence to be felt by you, it became necessary for my thoughts to resound through a spokesman. But truly I say, the universe is filled with spiritual vibrations, which you could also hear if your preparation and spiritual capability would permit it.
Let's pause for a second. It says the universe is filled with spiritual vibrations.
Vibrations.
But you know
Mm-hmm.
something? A lot of these spiritual vibrations that we should be hearing
Mm-hmm.
are the soft ones.
Mm-hmm.
We are able to hear a lot of these other vibrations, but those other vibrations are causing anger and hate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for people to
To
hear
hear.
and feel the vibrations
And
of love.
people are getting drawn into that. He said, if your preparation and spiritual capability
Would
would permit
permit
it, we
it.
got to prepare ourselves, family.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Book of True Life, Volume 4, Teaching 83, verse 26 says, "The testimony that you give of my new coming must be clean. And then you will see the multitudes rise up, all points of the earth, saying, the Lord has returned, as he announced to us on the cloud. He has sent us to his people, and we have joined him." Still in volume 4, teaching 94, verse 37. "Bring the good news to the nations. Extend this message everywhere. See that many of those who are waiting for me, they are there. They believe that I have to appear as a man on earth, and that I never told you. Instead, I gave you to understand that my coming would be spiritual, that it would come on the cloud. I have already told you that I will touch the religions and sects to awaken them from their lethargy. They will recognize the light of this time and will nurture the idea of spirituality. But it is necessary that you play the part that I am entrusting to you, because this seed just waits to fall into the ground to germinate and bear fruits of wisdom and spiritual progress among the humanity."
Let's look at the Book of True Life, Volume 6, Teaching 144. We're starting at 50. And it says, "See me here, cultivating my seed. I have tirelessly spoken to you since the time when Elijah, through the lips of
Roque Rojas.
Roque Rojas, announced the new era. Many have abandoned the sowing and the tools, but I continue working in my field. However, if some believe that I will always be communicating in this way, they are mistaken.
Mistaken.
For the time you will hear me in this manner is short. For the time you will hear me in this manner is short.
Absolutely.
This communication must cease so that you may begin to spiritualize yourselves, to communicate directly with my spirit, and be able to see your Lord upon the cloud of your spiritual elevation. Does the absence of this word not concern you? Have you already stored up enough for yourselves and your brothers? Or do you believe that this work will end on the day of my departure? I am erasing forms, writs, and traditions.
Okay, so he said he's erasing
I am erasing
forms,
forms, writs,
rights,
and
and
tradition.
traditions. Oh, we have a lot of traditions, family,
We
that we
do.
follow, and it's time to get away from them. People believe that they need them when the only thing you need is faith and love. He says he's erasing them.
Okay, let's continue to read so we can see why he's doing that. He says, I am erasing forms, writs, and traditions so that in the times to come, you will focus on fulfilling the law and not do what you did in the past when you devoted yourselves with all your enthusiasm to traditions and feasts, setting aside what?
Setting aside the law.
The law.
Book of True Life, Volume 1, Teaching 13. Verse 40 says, I revealed to you that my return would be on a cloud. Now that I am among you and have therefore fulfilled that promise, I tell you truly that the cloud is the representation of my presence in
In spirit.
spirit. In the same way that my disciples saw me ascend once I had completed my work in the second age, so I have descended in this time among humanity. Now, listen here.
Mm-hmm.
Book of True Life, Volume 10, Teaching 279, verse 60 says, that error of spirituality among men was not lasting. But I know who, but I,
Who know?
but I, who know
No.
all things,
Mm-hmm.
had announced and promised my return to you, because I knew that you would need me again. Why
Yes.
is Christ here,
I
family?
was meditating on that last night because he knew
He
we
knew we
would
were going to
need
need him.
him.
You see all this stuff, all the madness going on.
Yes.
We need him, family. We need him. Verse 63, it says, I have come to establish a kingdom in the heart of humanity. Did you hear that? Remember, the kingdom, family, is within you. I have come to establish a kingdom in the heart of humanity. Not a material kingdom, as many expect, but a spiritual one, whose strength comes from love and justice, and not from the powers of the world. Your strength, family, is not in your fist. The strength, family, is not in the material weapons. The strength comes from love and justice. Still in volume 10, teaching 287, verse 19 says, I come to seek you with infinite love. Family, do you know what he's talking about? He's talking, family, about everyone. Everyone. I come to seek you with infinite love. I have placed so much grace
Mm.
and so many gifts
Mm-hmm.
within your spirit that I am not willing to lose any of
My
my
children.
children. You are part of my spirit. You are something of my being. Is it wrong for me to seek you with such fervor, or passion? Is it wrong for me to seek you with so much passion and love?
Luke 15:4 says, what man of you, having 100 sheep, if he lose one of them, do not leaveth the 99 in the wilderness and go after that which is lost until he find it? The Book of True Life, Volume 5, Teaching 111, verse 17. Humanity, I have the power to lovingly destroy your sin and save you. I will not stop to contemplate your spots. Mm. And even if I find you lost in the mire of the world, so even if he see you, suffering down in the mire of this world, from there, I will know how to rescue you, to make you my apostle. Father. Mm. Let's look at the sealed portion, chapter 5, and we're going to go to verse 70. And it says, nevertheless, these were loved by God. For behold, the Father loveth all of his children. Do you hear that, family? He loves all of his children, the righteous and the unrighteous, right?
He said, didn't he say he makes the rain to fall on the just and the unjust? And those of his children that rebel against him in the spirit realm are loved by him, are loved by him as well, as are all of those who did not rebel against him. So we can't throw away those that, are still in their wickedness. And I just praise the Father for that, because I know we all know somebody that we are praying for fervently, right? And so that brings my heart joy to know that they are not lost, that they are going to come to the Father too. Does that not give your heart joy? I know it gives mine joy. All praises to the Most High. Now let's look at the Third Testament. We're going to go to the Third Testament, chapter 58, and we're going to read verse 62. And it says, you are in error when you believe that someone will be lost. Did you hear that, family? He says, we are in error if we believe that someone will be lost. I would no longer, listen to this. I would no longer be God if a single spirit could not find salvation. He's like, who would I be? Who would I be if I couldn't save them? I am the creator of all things. Who would I be if I couldn't save them? I would no longer be God if a single spirit could not find salvation. All those whom you call demons, all those who you call demons are likewise spirit beings who came forth out of God. Do I need to read that again? And if they are still lost today, they too will find redemption. And if they are still lost today, they too will find redemption. You hear that, family? There is hope. That should give you hope. That should give you hope right there. Let's go to volume 11. And we're going to go to teaching 327. And we're going to start at verse 27. And it says, I want to rise triumphant in you. I want you to behold the King of hosts as your Father, victorious over your wickedness, and yourselves as soldiers filled with spiritual dignity, filled with contentment or a state of happiness and satisfaction and peace. Then the hymn of universal harmony will be heard in the greatest of victories. In that triumph that is to come, but neither your Father nor you will boast of having them vanished by your love. Our vanquished will not be spirit, but evil itself, all darkness, sin, and imperfections.
Did you hear what she just read?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second.
What's happening, man? Your mic going out.
Did you hear what she just read?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people think Christ is coming to kill people. They think the Father is having the wicked people to be destroyed. But it says our vanquish will not be spirits. It's not going to be spirits, but evil itself, all darkness, sins, and imperfections. These things that are going to vanquish are going to be the things that are within us.
Mm.
And it's something that we have to understand. In 47 at the very beginning.
Yeah, go back to the top, honey, and take that.
Okay, I'm gonna read this again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, family. I had an important phone
Okay.
call that I
It's
had
okay.
to take, and so I had to step away for a second. It says, I want to rise triumphant in you. The Father wants us to rise.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to behold the King of hosts as your Father, victorious over your wickedness. Did you hear that? You're going to be victorious over your wickedness, and yourselves as soldiers filled with spiritual dignity, filled with contentment. That's a state of happiness and satisfaction and peace. Then the hymn of universal harmony will be heard in the greatest of victories, in that triumph that is to come. But neither your father nor you will boast of having them vanquished by your love. When this happens, you're not going to be boasting about it. It says, our vanquished will not be our spirits, but evil itself, all darkness, sins, and imperfections. The Father's triumph will lie in the salvation of all backward spirits. Did you hear that? The salvation is going to lie in all the backward spirits, rooted in darkness and evil. You are mistaken if you believe that any will be lost. God would cease, family, to be
To
God
be God.
if even a single spirit failed to find salvation. Now, family, all those that you call demons
Mm-hmm.
are also spirits that have sprung from
From
our
God.
Father.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are confused today, listen, family, they too will find
Find
salvation.
salvation.
Family, we have an awesome Father. He's going to make
Yes.
sure we all make it back to the kingdom because he understands the fight of this flesh. But we're going to have to eventually learn to overcome our shortcomings. When will the true light shine upon them? When you, family, when you united with the spiritual legions of light, combat their ignorance and sin. When you, excuse me, combat their ignorance and sin with your prayer and, family, your works of love and charity. The perfect joy of the Father and of you will be the great day of the Lord. Not the arm of the Lord, but this will be the great day of the Lord. The universal feast will be when you all partake at his table of the bread of eternal life. The Book of True Life, Volume 5, Teaching 111, verse 12. Listen to what this says. The sins of men will be erased. The sins of men will be erased, and all will seem new. A light of purity and virginity will illuminate all creatures. A new harmony, a new harmony will greet
Mm-hmm.
humanity, and then a hymn of love, which I have so long awaited, will begin to rise from the spirit of man to his Lord. Family, that's going to be an awesome day. But listen to this scripture. This is in volume 10, teaching 287, verse 20. It says, whenever I come down to give you my word, I find the last among the multitudes. They are the ones who ask me the most in their hearts, but I always answer their questions. Today, the last ask me, what, Christ, is the purpose of your second coming? Did you hear that? What is the purpose of my second coming? To which I reply that the purpose is to enable man to return to his original purity
On
on
his
his own. Family, we came down here from the spirit world and we were pure
pure.
as pure could
Mm-hmm.
be. And guess what? In order for us to get back there with the Father,
He wants that same purity.
We got to be pure.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all going to get a chance to do the things necessary to make sure that we purify ourselves. Let's go to the Book of True Life, Volume 12, teaching 343. Listen, because we have to understand what's taking place, family, during this time. Verse 12 says, I come to rescue your spirits so that they no longer feed on the superfluous, and evil that temptation has shown them. This is your struggle, family, O Israel. My love will be manifested on all the paths of the earth, and no one will be able to take away the charity I have placed in your spirit. I am your Father, who comes down to sweeten your lips, who breathes my peace into you, who engraves my word in indelible letters in the deepest recesses of your heart. Listen here. Verse 13 says, I come in gentleness.
In what?
In gentleness. Did you see Christ is coming in gentleness? Why? So that you may follow my example. Guess what? Christ is gentle. And family, if you want to be his, you will be gentle too. You will be gentle as a lamb. Family, can you be gentle as a lamb? Guess what? You will be one day. You will. I guarantee it. Let's continue. I come in gentleness so that you may follow my example. I speak to you through various spokespeople in fulfillment of what the prophet said, and you feel peace and comfort when you are with me. I have returned in this third age with great spiritual riches to entrust to your spirit. As your teacher, I give you another page from the book of my teachings. In my word, I give you comfort and the life of grace so that you may continue on the path that leads you spiritually to me, where you will find true happiness. Few are those who have prepared themselves to feel my peace and hear my voice in the depths of their being, to become my messengers of this peace. Still in volume 12, teaching 343, jumping down to verse 18. This is a time of restoration, so that tomorrow you will not find yourself suffering in the spiritual valley. I have come to free your spirit from all its chains, so that it may rise to the Father and reach the divine mansions where I await you. Great is my love for you. I no longer want to see you suffer and cry on your path. I want to see you with joy and happiness, practicing my law, loving each other on the path I have prepared for you. My spiritual world is ready to help you in the fulfillment of your delicate mission. My word is divine comfort for your spirit. Always carry it in your heart so that you may be with me. Forgive your brothers.
Forgive your brothers.
Forgive your brothers when they tear apart my work. We see people that are teaching this word and we know that they're teaching it wrong, erroneously, and the things that they're saying and they don't understand who the true Father is. Forgive your brothers. Forgive your brothers when they tear apart my work. When they tear apart the garment with which I have adorned you. Leave this cause to me. Show a good example in imitation of your master. And you will see that your brothers will no longer disturb your peace and will only come to you to ask, how did you acquire such greatness? Now let's jump down to verse number 23. Not all of you understand what each of the 7 steps of the ladder means for incarnated spirits. Remember, we have 7 stages of purification to go to. These are these 7 steps of the ladder. And it's the incarnated spirits. That's after we've already passed. We can start some of this while we're here on this earth. They signify the evolution that each spirit must attain, because you will have to return to me cleansed. You, family, will have to return to me cleansed. That's what the Father's saying, as you sprang from my spirit. But in your various reincarnations, you have stained your spirit and disobeyed my commands. Therefore, beloved children, you have come back to the world to make amends.
Book of True Life, Volume 5, Teaching 125. Let's start at verse 26. And it says, what is at the end of the path that humanity mistakenly follows today? What man will find? When you reach that goal, it will be boredom, fatigue, disappointment, and pain. Can the human spirit be satisfied with such a harvest? And may it be the fruit that it bears to its Father in eternity? No, people. The human spirit is going to awaken to the result of its works. And in that now, he will be his own judge. We will be our own judge, family.
Absolutely.
So that after that judgment, he will rise full of strength to restore and rebuild his life, taking advantage of his experience and dedicating himself to what?
To love.
To love and seek only the truth.
Book of True Life, Volume 11, Teaching 327, verse 46. Watch over everyone.
Watch over everyone.
Watch over everyone. Watch over yourselves, so that good and peace may finally overcome your differences.
Read that again, my love.
Watch over everyone. Watch over yourselves.
Why?
So that good and peace may finally overcome your differences, so that my kingdom may conquer in you the kingdom of imposture, darkness, and evil. Because we have an imposter that's helping us to lead us away from the Father. Book of True Life, Volume 1, Teaching 22. Practice my word. Preach with deeds. Testify with good deeds, words, and thoughts. And your testimony will be worthy of my teaching. Watching and praying, you must wait for those who sooner or later will come looking for you. The soldiers will return from the war with a depressed heart and a sobbing spirit. The leaders will recognize their errors and publicly mourn their faults. Family, that is that remorse and deep embarrassment. And the crowds, thirsty and hungry for justice will seek these sources of spiritual light where they can drink until their need for faith, peace, and love are satiated. My spirit watches over every being, and I am aware of even the last of your thoughts.
The Book of True Life, Volume 12, teaching 344. Let's look at start at 27. My love and my light have descended on your souls as a dew of grace, so that tomorrow you may show my law to the world. If you know how to prepare yourselves, there will be no hand to brand you and cause you pain. You shall set forth as the apostles of the second time. They knew how to prepare themselves and expect the right time to set out and spread my teaching. I will choose from various sects and religious communities. I will choose from the various sects and religious communities those who belong to me. They will recognize me and know how to fulfill their mission. You shall set out to bring my teachings to mankind, so that the peace of my heavenly kingdom may reach them. For my gaze sees their pain, their desolation. This is what I have offered you, beloved people, and you shall see my promise fulfilled. Your souls will ascend step by step until they reach the top of the mountain. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Book of True Life, Volume 5, teaching 142, verse 37 says, do charity every day. Pay attention, family, what this is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Do charity every day. That will be your best elevation to my spirit. Give, help, console, and that will be your best prayer of the day, because you will speak to the Father with works, not with words. You will speak to the Father with works, not your words, even if they are beautiful in their form but empty at the bottom. Teaching 10, verse 24, volume 1. Do not regard anyone as a foreigner. Listen to this, especially thinking about everything that's going on right now in this country.
Yes.
Do not regard anyone as a foreigner along this path. Be able to welcome your fellow men with the doors of your heart open and deliver to them the message which I revealed to you.
Book of True Life, Volume 1, teaching 11, verse 50. Seek those who love you and those who hate you.
Say that again.
Did you hear that, family? Seek those who love you
And those who hate you.
Love the life that you have called cruel, without knowing that it is like an open book full of wisdom for you. Know how to be moved by the joys as well as by the sorrows of others. See in every human being a teacher and feel yourselves a living symbol of good,
Not evil.
Because according to your works in life, so will be the symbol that you will represent. What are you representing, family? Book of True Life, Volume 2, teaching 39. Let's look at 54. It said, whoever loves me will have to first love all that is mine. All that I love.
Let me.
Yes.
This says, okay, we all say, oh, I love God. I love God. It says, whoever loves me will have to first
Love
love all
all
that
that
is
is
mine.
mine.
And guess what? The Father loves those that are doing righteously, and He also loves those who are doing wickedly. Can you love those that are doing wickedly? Because you have to first love the same thing that the Father loves.
You got to love all that is his and all that he loves.
Mm-hmm.
Book of True Life, Volume 1, Teaching 5, verse 38. It says, your mission is to teach.
What's your mission?
Your mission is to teach. But if you do not learn from me, what will you possibly teach?
Mm.
I love everyone equally. The same goes for the one who loves me.
Whoa, here we go
Mm-hmm.
again. It says, I love everyone equally. The same goes for the one who loves me. If
So
you
you
love him, you have to love
love
everyone
everybody
equally
equally.
also.
Mm-hmm. I love everyone equally. The same goes for the one who loves me and is zealous of my law, as well as the one who adulterates, which makes impure or degrades, or prevaricates, speaks or acts in an adverse way. I will test and correct these last. He said he wasn't going to lose not one.
Yep.
I will test and correct these last.
And what's going to happen then?
And in the end, they will become what? My
My good
good
laborers.
laborers.
All praises to the
Hallelujah.
Most High.
Not one will be lost, family. That should give you hope. That should make your heart just jump for joy. I know it does mine. All praises, glory, and honor to our wonderful Father. He is so faithful, family.
So faithful, so loving.
Yes.
And I pray
All praises, glory, and honor to the Most
that
High.
you're able to see that we have a truly loving Father. He gives us all these chances, but we're going back to Him purified, every last one of us.
Yes. I pray this message gives you hope and that it strengthens your faith and that it helps you prepare yourself so that you'll be ready.
Absolutely. Well, family, I guess that's it. We made it to the end
Yes.
of this part,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll look forward to seeing you, family, on the
On the next
next
lesson.
video, on the next lesson.
Lesson. Oh,
Shalom, shalom,
shalom,
family.
family.
We love you, family.
Shalom. We love you, family.